Huge news breaking here in the United States, folks. Massive news about birthright citizenship, where the Supreme Court has agreed to hear the case involving President Trump, who has banned birthright citizenship. In other words, anchor babies, people who violate our sovereignty, crossing our borders, entering the country illegally, and then give birth to a child here, or illegal aliens who set up shop here and then have children, claiming they can stay because they've got themselves an anchor baby. Also, we have the practice of people coming from overseas, particularly from China, but also from Nigeria and other places, who come here in late-stage pregnancies to drop their kids on our score and then claim that they're American citizens, also that they've got a golden parachute to get out of hell when things break loose in places like communist China or in Nigeria. So this is a case that really needs attention, and it's good to see the Supreme Court take this case on, because this means you're not automatically granted citizenship, which, in my view, through an erroneous interpretation of the 14th Amendment, is what's been going on in this country since time immemorial. The 14th Amendment was approved in 1868, and this crap has been going on for a long time in the 20th century. Now, the 14th Amendment covers this. The Citizenship Clause of the 14th Amendment was adopted to grant citizenship to newly freed slaves and their children, not to the children of temporary visitors or illegal aliens, said Solicitor General John Sawyer when he took the case to the court. Now, the case that brought this about is that one that came out of New Hampshire. It's known as Barbara versus Trump. Barbara was a pseudonym given to a Honduran woman living in the U.S. without permanent legal status. In other words, a criminal alien invader, with her husband, also without firm status, also a criminal alien invader who violated her sovereignty. They were expecting their fourth child at the time they sued. So they've dropped kids here and claimed citizenship. These kids are not citizens. I know of cases where Nigerians come here, they have their kid just to have a passport so they don't get harassed and they can claim to stay here. They go back and live in Nigeria. The kids are raised in Nigeria, and then they get in trouble with the police and they run to the American consulate or embassy and, hey, help protect me. A Nigerian with fake U.S. passport status claiming help from the American embassy, getting us embroiled in domestic issues in Nigeria. This is why this is such a problem. People are not guaranteed this right. This is intended for American citizens. And the 14th Amendment was explicitly created to address the issue of slavery, because slaves were property. They weren't citizens until slavery ended with the 13th Amendment on 6th of December, 1865, when the states not in rebellion voted overwhelmingly to ratify the Constitution. Then the 14th Amendment took a little bit longer in 1868, and that granted citizenship to former slaves and their offspring. But strangely enough, a number of Native Americans who'd been here for many thousands of years still weren't citizens at that time. So the perversion of the 14th Amendment, which has been used endlessly by leftists, is now going to come to the Supreme Court. We will see what the Supreme Court decides, and hopefully they'll end this bogus birthright citizenship to criminal aliens and their offspring.